Today we're going to look into why politics are important, which parties that are important, and which parties that we can vote for. I'm going to talk to a few people, including a first-time voter, and get some people's information on each of the parties. I'm also going to figure out which idealism best suits me. And yeah, let's get her going. So, politics are a set of activities that are associated with making decisions in groups or other forms of power relations, such as the distribution of resources or status. So, what I'm basically saying is that random people are just going to make decisions that might affect your life, but probably won't. The effect politics have is very important, though. It can affect your rights, affect your quality of life, and most importantly, it can affect your money. But politics holds a very important status in some people's lives, and they take this stuff really seriously. This is because it could play a key role in someone's life. They could work in the field, or they can just be really annoying and have no friends. You never know. I'm not really educated on the subject at this point. I'm going to be using this podcast to form my own opinion. Right now, my current one is that I don't really care. Personally, I think some of it's funny. I like to read into the ridiculous stories and look at politics. My look on politics isn't really the best. But I hope to form an opinion that isn't just look at these guys yelling at each other. That's funny. Because this year in July I will turn 18, I'll earn the Canadian right to vote because I'm a citizen. I don't really know which party I like. I like the system that we have here in Canada better than the American one because we have more than two parties. Instead of having two bad choices, we have two bad choices and three wasted votes. The parties that we have here are the Liberal Party, the Conservative Party, the Bloc Québécois, the New Democratic Party, and the Green Party. Alright, I'm going to name the things that are good about each party. So, starting off with the Liberal Party, there's pro abortion, LGBT rights, high rates of immigration with a free market economy, are not subject to overly burdensome regulations, development with strategies to combat climate change is one of the Liberals' main priority, which I agree with most of those. So, pretty much all of them. Conservative, low taxes, smaller and less intrusive government, and a small regime of law and order. Now the Bloc Québécois, they basically just want to leave Canada. So if you're a fan of the people of Quebec not being in Canada, I think it's the place to be. The New Democratic Party, it's dedicated to it's basically the Democrat Party. They want a mixed economy, which the government tightly regulates the economy, but doesn't run it. Today, the NCP are quite similar to the Liberal Party in terms of beliefs. But they take more of a aggressively progressive position. The Green Party is basically trying to make Canada more environmental. So to all of these, I think I like the Quebec Party the best. So many parties, you would think that your vote wouldn't really matter, right? Wrong. And there's a lot of examples where votes came down to like one or two votes, and it was very important that people, went out there and gave their vote, because every vote really matters in an election. Like in 1800, Thomas Jefferson was elected president by only one vote. Also, President Polk's declaration of war passed by only one vote. Michigan school proposition passed one vote, which reduced the budget of $2.5 million. So before this, I was like, there's no real point in voting because it's just one vote. But as you can see, all of these examples, the guy got elected at one vote, they declared war on one vote, and they got $2.5 million taken away from their budget only on one vote. So that's pretty crazy, and I didn't know that before this. Politics right now are pretty crazy. Earlier this year, there was people that rushed the Capitol in America because their politician that they wanted to win just didn't win. There was people that, I knew there was people that really cared about politics, but I feel like, you know, rushing or rioting is pretty, intense for just a belief in politics. And I don't think there's anything out there that would make me that mad or I'm that engaged in that would make me want to riot. So I didn't really. I think it's crazy that people take politics this seriously. I think that rioting is taking it a little too far. Um, this passionate, these passion. Okay, this is how passionate people are about. You know, um, it's crazy to me how passionate people are about this, and I don't think I've ever been this passionate about something, but I kind of feel left out. Because I want to write something. I just want to be that passionate. There's so many things because of how passionate people are. So many, news sources that make their whole livelihood on just showing politics. Podcasts, YouTube channels, all dedicated to politics, and they're very successful. For example, Ben Shapiro epically owns leftists, which has a whole ton of views, over like 10 million views, which is, you know, just a compilation of him, debating people. And I feel like it's kind of crazy that that many people care about that. I feel like people take it a little too seriously to the point where they get rid of friends and distance themselves from family. So by the end of this podcast, I want to find out which family members I need to sack and I need to no longer talk to. After talking to people, I decided, talking to people, they asked me some questions, and they told me that the best way to find out my political ideology is by this test they send me. It's called a political compass test. My first thought of this was, why is it so long? It's like 6 pages of true and false. Seems a bit extreme. But anyways, I did it. I thought the questions were a bit weird, and half of them I didn't even know what they were talking about. For example, one question was, if economic globalization was inevitable, should it be primarily served humanity rather than entrance of transnational corporations? And I honestly have no clue what that means. Also, protectionism is sometimes necessary in trade. No clue what that means. Abstract art doesn't represent anything, should be considered art at all. Why is this on a. How does this do anything, and how does this prove my political ideology? My opinion on art? Who made this? I took the. I took it. Finished all 6 pages or whatever. I ended up getting the bottom left square. It was like the bottom left square was the left and the libertarianism. So I guess I'm a librarian or something. Why did I say that? That was so stupid. Anyways, I ended up getting the bottom left. I don't really know what that means. It shows that I'm pretty close to Gandhi, and I'm like the complete opposite of Hitler, which is good to know. Now we're gonna take it downtown to a first-time voter, and we're gonna get his opinion on what I should vote for and why he voted and why he likes the Bloc Québécois. Ladies and gentlemen, calling in from deep in Burlington. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Jeffrey.
Hi, nice to meet you, Jeffrey. All right. So, apparently, I heard that you're a first-time voter. Is that true?
This is true. I did vote for the first time last election.
Really? Did they clap for you?
They did clap for me. I walked in
Nice.
after I handed in my ballot. They checked my driver's license to make sure I could vote, and they said, "Oh, this is your first time voting. Congratulations." And then clapped. It was very nice of them.
That's my man. What research did you do before you voted?
Well, I looked at each party, looked at what each leader was saying, what each party, basically, what their whole shtick is, what each person was saying, like, exactly, who was more I kind of looked more for who was more for like students, university students, but mostly. And yeah, that's about it.
All right. Why did you vote for the Bloc Québécois?
The Bloc Québécois.
Yeah, why did you vote for them?
I just felt they were the best party to vote for, and out of everyone else, they seemed the right fit.
Okay, so why do you like the people of Quebec the most?
They're hard workers. They give us all the power to generate, I don't know, electricity in the country.
Very true.
Love them.
All right. What advice would you have for first-time voters?
Take a deep breath. Go with your gut. You can do it.
All right. Last question. Who would win in an all-out war, Quebec or Alberta?
Oh, I don't know. The Quebecs are, they're a rowdy bunch, but I think I'm going to have to go with Alberta. The
All
Rough
right.
Riders, baby.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
Clap
it up, clap it up. After learning about all these parties and getting very professional advice and finding out everything and asking doctors and stuff like that, I think my final response, my final thing that I think that my final verdict of what I would vote for is probably le Bloc Québécois, because vive le Québec.